Bangkok's cheap flights and central location make it easier than ever to travel Asia. Today I'm going to explore the differences between Japan, South Korea, and Bangkok, Thailand, where I live. If you really want content like this, please feel free to subscribe. So being based in Bangkok, obviously it's very easy to travel to other places in Southeast Asia. To travel to Korea, it's only a few hours, I think around 3 hours. And to travel to Japan, it's maybe around 6 or 7 hours, which is very convenient. I'm used to long flights, so I'm very grateful to be able to travel around Asia and explore Asia. And a couple of weeks ago, I went to Japan. So today I want to talk about that. So the first thing I want to talk about is the culture and lifestyle comparison. So as I live in Bangkok, I'm kind of used to the whole chaos, traffic, street food, people being so friendly and welcoming. And when I went to Japan, it was a little bit of a shock because even though it's still in Asia, is very different. And the main differences that I noticed is with the people. Japan is a lot more serious, a lot more sort of, people seem to be a lot more introverted. So when you go out and when you walk around, maybe you don't feel as welcome as you do in Thailand, but everything just works. Everything works very well. Everything's very clean, very professional in Japan. As soon as you get out of the airport, you're sort of greeted with this whole system to easily get you into the city. Everything's very self-explanatory, all of this stuff. But you know, when you arrive in Thailand, like it's kind of chaotic. You have to order a taxi. I mean, I love that personally, but if you kind of like order and you like things being sort of working and systemized, then Japan is very good for that. People are very respectful there. You sort of really notice the respect. You notice that people care a lot about what they do. Everyone takes their job very seriously in Japan, and that's also quite refreshing. But when you're used to Thailand, it can be definitely a little bit of a shock for sure. So another thing I noticed is the cost. Japan is definitely more expensive than Thailand. Bangkok is sort of known to be kind of more expensive in Thailand, but I still personally think it's very cheap here. I'd say Japan's food prices are very on par with paying for food in Australia. The transportation costs like Uber in Japan, very expensive, maybe even more than Australia. You know, in Thailand, you can come from the airport, you can jump in a taxi for $10 and you know, it takes about 40 minutes to get to my accommodation for $10. Japan, you're going to be paying like $60, $70, $80 for that sort of duration, but the train system is very good. The train system is very affordable. So when we were there, it was a lot easier just to use the trains, to use the buses, because it all works very well. Briefly also comparing to Korea, because I went to Korea for 5 days on this trip and Japan for 10 days. Korea to me seems quite similar to Japan in terms of sort of the way people behave. It's quite organized still, but a little bit more chaotic. In Korea, you sort of do have the street market vibe along with the shopping, which you have in Thailand, where there's obviously a lot of street markets, a lot of street food where you can get almost anything. In Korea, they seem to have that a little bit as well, which was nice to see. But overall, I do think that the places are quite similar, especially from the contrast from Japan and Korea to Japan and Thailand. I just want to go over my favorite experiences in each place. So Bangkok, I really love that you can just get food delivery all the time. You can eat out all the time. You can go to a restaurant. You know, even the locals in Thailand generally don't cook that much. You always see people carrying bags of food and everything because it's just so affordable to eat out. And if I lived in Japan, I would not have the same experience. I would not be able to order food all the time. I would, but like I wouldn't feel comfortable spending that much on food all the time. And the whole community aspect of eating in Thailand is really amazing. Like every day you could go out and eat with Thai friends, you can eat with your friends. Like it's just a very food focused culture. Japan is as well, but the fact that it's so affordable in Thailand is something that I really love about here. But Japan and Korea also had incredible food and amazing tourist spots. Something that I loved about the two places were, it's just so different being there. The streets look so different. It looks like you're kind of in a movie, going to the shrines and temples, stuff like that, exploring the national parks, all of that. It's a really, really cool experience. So I'm not saying that Japan is not worth visiting. Of course it is. It's really amazing to experience it 1 or 2 times just to see how everything works there and how different it is in terms of so many things. And the fact that, you know, as I said, I'm based in Bangkok. If I want to go back there, if I want to explore other parts of Japan, I can just go there and go to to other parts of Asia so easily. And that's why I'd really recommend, you know, if you're thinking about making a move or you're in a position where you're able to spend some time in Asia, even like 6 months, a year, I would really encourage that you do it, especially if it's something that you've been thinking about and planning. And if you have any questions about any of that stuff, just feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. So that's my quick review of going to Japan, going to Korea, and just the comparison of there and Bangkok. I know I only covered a couple of things, but to be honest, my trip was mostly just doing tourist destinations and eating and traveling around. So that's kind of all I have to compare, just transport, food, and the people. But for me at the moment, Thailand is for sure the best. I still have Indonesia and Malaysia to go to, so hopefully I can go to those countries and give a bit of an insight as to what the comparison is like. I've been to Vietnam as well. Vietnam is also really amazing. Great food, great people, and I want to go back to some other cities there, so hopefully I can make a video on that too. But yeah, if you like content like this, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.